first experiences of the hood that you remember?
A lot of people forgetting that I was showing up. Like, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Business Owner, I'm coming here at noon on Monday. Does that work? Yes. Drive there. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Like, oh fuck. Like, people don't stay on time here. That was something I learned. But also there's people. I like how casual it is. Like some parts, like if you go to Brookfield, sometimes it's a little uptight. Like they're boring and they're not as fun to talk to. But it was easy just to shoot the breeze with people and do business.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But like, what made you like want to really like, man, I want to try this shit. I want to try to do, like, I want to get some content in the hood. Like what made you say, man, I want to try this shit?
First of all, it was always quick. Like everywhere I've lived in Milwaukee, it's 5 minutes to go to a place where it's the trenches. And so, and plus I tried pranking in Wauwatosa and I got arrested there.
Oh, wow.
So I was just like, well, like, and like certain pranks you do, like some of the more uptight white people, like if you go up to a woman and you flirt with them, like they act like you're raping them. But if you do that in the hood, they're like, ooh, okay. So it just was it was an easier audience to work with. And I wasn't trying to get arrested every video I did because some of the shit I was doing was kind of wild.
Yeah.
And to me, it was like the police in the hood had way more difficult issues to work through than me showing up with a fake ball sack or a piece of poop on my head.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. But shit, man, that Kia Boy documentary, man, that shit is out right now. You know what I'm saying? That shit is at like 2.5 million.
It's crazy.
2.5 million, man.
It's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy. Like, what was it like even putting that together? And like, when did you start actually putting the footage together for that documentary?
Like 3 months ago. I can shoot and edit pretty close to when I do stuff. And so I shot it on a Tuesday. I put it out the next Tuesday. Okay. And honestly, when I put it out, I was like, no one really cares about Milwaukee. This might flop. I had no idea it was going to cause a ripple and that all of a sudden news stations were going to be calling me and I would be more a recognizable face in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And then I learned my lesson too with that with news reporters, dude. Like they try to twist shit into their own narrative. And so now I only do stuff like this where I sit down. It's long form conversation where there's no way to cut me into 15 seconds and spew your message. And the corporate media, like, I had guys in St. Louis and Minneapolis call me and try and like ask if they can use my clips as well. And I said, look, if you can donate $1,000 to a teen group in Milwaukee, sure, the footage is yours. And then they never call me back. So it's like, okay, you guys have these $1 million budgets and you guys are trying to make a bad story out of me when that's your job. You're supposed to be boots on the ground. You're the one supposed to be getting that scoop. And I think there's a little element of they wish they could do that. But the thing is, they're too buttoned up. Imagine showing up to the hood like in a guy in a suit that talks in a strange voice, like, hello, welcome, this is Brian. Like, no one's going to talk to you. And so I'm the new Vice Media, man. I'm the guy that will go anywhere, anytime. I want redneck shit. I want psychedelics. I want Amish people. I want witches. I want the wildest stuff you can find. Send me the location. I'm going to go.
That's definitely. Yeah. But speaking of the media shit, like, do you think it's a disconnect, like, between what's really going on and what they see?
I think it's a kernel of the truth. It's a small part of the truth. But I think where the news messes up is they always walk into a story with a preconceived agenda. They never just let the story unfold how it actually is. So before this lady even called me and wanted to interview me, she knew what she was going to write about me. So why the fuck did you have to meet with me if you already knew what you were going to write? And so that's where the news, dude, mainstream news is dying and they must know it. And as the baby boomers, the older people die, who in our generation is watching the news? Because no one believes them. They have no credibility. You know, there's billion-dollar corporations behind what they say, and they talk in these ridiculous voices where they don't even write what they're saying. Like, they read off a teleprompter, and they didn't even write it. So how can you trust what that guy is saying when the first time he's seen it is as he's reading it? Like, oh, I bet you really did get the scoop on this story, buddy, you know?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't got no problem with no news station, but stop fucking writing me for videos. I don't use none of my shit. I don't want y'all to use my shit. I ain't telling you who in the video or none of that shit. Stop asking me.
Sounds like you do got a problem with it. But that's the thing is what you're doing, what I'm doing, they can't touch. Well, actually, if they had cojones, they could. They could start to do this stuff. But instead, they want to sit inside an air-conditioned boardroom and ask you for your stuff. And it's like,
look on the internet.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then I say, here, if you want to use it, just download or donate a little bit of your budget to people in the community, and they don't call me back. It's like,
That show you what they give a fuck about. They were like, okay, we want a good story. We don't want to help. We just want to keep the ratings going for our shit. We don't give a fuck about what's going on afterwards. Like, can we have a big story to keep these ratings going?
yeah.
Can I get a bigger position at the news station or whatever the fuck?
And